What's going on? It is your boy, Mr. Noland. Alright, guys, today we are going to be doing some notes on inequalities. So let's go ahead and start on this side. It says inequality notes. It's got 5 problems on it. So it says highlight the keywords in the statement below, use the graph and the sentence to fill in the blanks. We got the less than sign, we got the greater than sign, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to, and not equal to. Alright, so we're going to start with this. I'm going to start by writing less than. Less than is right there. Less than or equal to will be the less than sign, but it will have a solid bar underneath it. The solid bar underneath means we can also equal that amount. There's 0. And then we got greater than. There's my arrow for greater than. And then we have greater than or equal to. Again, there's the greater than sign. Put the solid bar underneath it. It's greater than or equal to. The open circle will be represented by the less than sign or the greater than sign. The solid dot would be represented with the less than or equal to, the greater than or equal to, or just an equal sign. Again, if it has the solid bar, it means it can equal it. Solid bar, solid dot. Alright, let's try a few examples because today is the first time we tried graphing. Number 1, children under the age of 6 ride for free. So that means they can be less than 6. What happens if they're exactly 6? Is 6 less than 6? Well, no, it's not. So I can't put the equal bar underneath it. C has to be less than 6. So the answers that would work would be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So here's how you graph it. You put an open circle at your solution, which in this case was 6. Is there a solid bar underneath here? No. So we leave it open. Next, which way is the tip? The tip of the arrow is facing the left. Your arrow goes to the left. Congratulations, you just wrote an inequality and you now graphed it. Alright, let's try number 2. Children ride free through the age of 6. That means they can be less than 6 or exactly 6. Let's graph it again. Put an open circle at your solution. That's step 1. Step 2. Is there a solid bar? Yes. Solid bar, solid dot. Next, which way is the tip of the arrow facing? It's facing the left. Your arrow goes to the left. Done. That's literally all we are doing here, guys. Number 3. You must be older than 12 to drive a go-kart. I'm sorry, guys, if you're 12 years old, you can't do it. You have to be over 12. Alright, so there's my inequality. Let's graph it. Put an open circle at your solution, which was 12. Is there a solid bar underneath? No. So leave the open circle alone. Lastly, which way is the tip of the arrow facing? It's facing the right. So you shade to the right. Done. You must be at least 12 to drive a go-kart. Well, that means you can be older than 12 or exactly 12. All right, open circle at your solution. Is there a solid bar? Yes. Solid bar, solid dot. Which way is the tip of the arrow facing? It's facing the right, so we shade to the right. You're done. That means you can be 12 years old, 13 years old, 14 years old, 15 years old. You just have to be 12 or older to drive a go-kart. The last one, 4 apples are not equal to 3 mice. Well, guys, can you compare apples to mice? That makes no sense. So they're not equal to one another. Well, guys, if they're not equal to one another, there's nothing to graph. You can't compare an apple to a mice or a mouse. All right. How many solutions are there to one variable inequalities? There are more than one. Or many solutions. Remember, an equation, I'm going to put this on the bottom. An equation has an equal sign. One solution. An inequality has many solutions. Give you all a second to write that down. When you got it written down, please flip it to the other side. All right, if we flip it over, hey, look what we got here. Representing inequalities. All right. So inequalities we can represent, inequalities. We can represent an inequality on a number line. Look at the following examples. Example 1. What inequality symbol is that? Well, that's the less than. So, on a number line, people say, Mr. Noland, how did you get your numbers 31, 32, and 33? I'll keep it simple. Our solution here was 32. So, on a number line, all you have to do is go one number below and one number above. That's all you have to do. Now we can graph it. Put an open circle at your solution. Is there a solid bar under here? No. So leave the circle open. Which way is the tip of the arrow facing? It's facing to the left, so you would shade to the left. Done. Next one. Y is less than or equal to. All right. Well, again, let's do our number line. Open circle at our solution. Is there a solid bar this time? Yes, there is. Solid bar, solid dot. The solid dot represents we can equal this number. It's part of the solution. Which way is the tip of the arrow facing? It's facing the left. All right. What difference do you notice between example 1 and example 2? Well, 1 is not shaded, so the dot is not part of the solution. Or let's do this. One graph has an open circle which means that number is not part of the solution. The closed circle means that number is part of the solution. All right, guys, we're working on some writing skills now. Woo! I'll give you all a second to copy that down before I move on. Alright guys, let's move on to the next one. How would you describe the difference in the graph on the number line in example 1 and example 2? Well, that's just like this answer. The graphs are the same except for the dots. One is shaded in, one is not. Don't worry guys, we're almost done with these notes. We're almost there. Again, I'll give you all a second to copy this down. Alright guys, if you're still copying, keep going. I'm just going to move on. Example 3. Y. Look at this inequality sign. What sign is that? That is the greater than sign. So in the middle is my solution. My solution was 32. That's what's given. So go one number below it, one number above it. We put an open circle at our solution, which is 32. Is there a solid bar? No. So leave it open. It means we cannot equal that number. Which way is the tip of the arrow facing? The tip is facing to the right. So we would shade everything to the right. So that means any number bigger than 32 is a solution. All right, let's look at example 4. What inequality sign is this? This one is greater than or equal to. So my solution is greater than or equal to 32. So put an open circle at your solution. Is there a solid bar? Yes. Solid bar, solid dot. So shade it in. Which way is the tip of the arrow facing? It's facing to the right. That means your solution is exactly 32 or more. So any number exactly 32 or more is a solution. Now it says, what difference do you notice from examples 1 and 2? Well, guys, I'm not going to make you write this again. I'm just going to put an arrow because it's exactly the same thing. Same thing here. I'm not going to make you all double write that. There's no point of doing that. So this answer goes here. This answer also goes here. All right, now we got some examples. Example 5. Miss Likes has at least 15 pairs of shoes. Miss Likes, we got to get rid of some of those shoes, I'm telling you. All right, so here we go. I'm going to use, I would usually use an S for shoes, but my S's look like 5s. So I'm just going to use an X. X equals shoes, so we know. So there's my shoes. She has at least. At least means she has more than 15 or exactly 15 pairs of shoes. There's your inequality. Let's graph it. My solution was 15, so we put that in the middle. Go one number below, one number above. Okay, put an open circle at your solution, which was 15. Is there a solid bar? Yes. Solid bar, solid dot. Which way is the tip of the arrow facing? It's facing the right. That means she has exactly 15 pairs of shoes or more. Miss Likes, you hiding some shoes on us? That was fun. All right, example 6. Mark snorkeled as deep as 10 feet below sea level. As deep as. So let's see. What am I going to use this time for a variable? Again, I would use S for sea level, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to go with X again. So Mark snorkeled as deep as 10 feet below sea level. So that means he went less than 10 feet below the sea or exactly 10 feet below the sea level. He probably didn't want to go that much further because sharks. There's a baby shark in there, you see? I'm going to come get Mark. Mark, I'm hungry. All right, that was awesome. So here we go. My solution is 10. That goes in the middle. Go one number below. Go one number above. All right, put an open circle at your solution. In this case, it's 10. Is there a solid bar? Yes. Solid bar, solid dot. Which way is the tip of the arrow facing? It's facing left. We would shade to the left. All right, guys, we got 2 more. Miss Ford is more than $16 in debt to the Girl Scouts. Watch out, Miss Ford. The Girl Scouts are going to come attack. Watch out. All right, I'm going to use D for debt this time. So here's my inequality sign, more than. Miss Ford owes more than $16 to the Girl Scouts. Man, Girl Scouts want them money for them cookies. All right, so our solution is 16. One number below, one number above. Put an open circle at our solution. Is there a solid bar? No, so leave the circle open. Which way is the tip of the arrow facing? It's facing the right. Well, guys, this means she can't owe exactly 16. She owes more than 16. So give me a number bigger than 16. You could say 1601. She could owe $16.01 because that's bigger than 16. So again, any number bigger than 16 here is a solution. All right, last one. To ride the kiddie rides at Fiesta, Texas, you must be no more than 46 inches tall. You know what I do for fun? I sometimes just like start walking on my knees so I can say I'm shorter than 46 inches so I can ride on those rides. They're not as scary. Just kidding. Some of y'all really thought I would do that. All right, so I'm going to use H for height. All right, so your height can be no more than 46 inches tall. So that means you can be less than 46 inches or exactly 46 inches tall. So again, my solution goes right in the middle. Go one number below, one number above. Open circle at 46. Is there a solid bar? Yes, there is. So make it a solid dot. Which way is the tip of the arrow facing? It's facing the left, so you shade to the left. All right, guys, I know these notes took a little bit longer than usual, but it's okay. I hope we understand what we're doing here. I believe we are now going to pass out some homework. And guys, you can get that done today in class, so you don't have any homework for the rest of this week. So work hard, get this done. It's your practice. All right, guys, I'll talk to y'all soon. All right, bye.